Hello children, I am Mrs. Sanjot Johar and I would be conducting your geography class during this lockdown period. I believe we have already covered two chapters in school, chapter number 1 and chapter number 2. We would be beginning the session with the third chapter, that is rotation and revolution. So by the time we are through the chapter, you should be able to define rotation, revolution, their effects, and then the general terms that we would come across while we are studying, like Coriolis effect, then the circle of illumination, perihelion, aphelion, equinoxes, and solstice. Let us now begin with the chapter. We already are aware of the planetary movement. But are we also aware that our own planet Earth that is moving? Because most of the time we feel that our planet is stationary since we are not moving along with the planet. At the same time, when we look at the other heavenly bodies, the sun, the moon, the stars, they are moving. But Earth at the same time is also moving, and along with it, we are also moving. How do we observe this movement? That is with the movement of the sun and the stars and the moon that move along with the movement of our Earth. So all the planets, they are in motion and they are held to their place, their exact place, by the gravitational force of one with respect to the other. The movements of the Earth, then we could safely say that Earth, it has two movements. One that is rotation, the another one that is revolution. Now rotation is when the Earth, it spin on its axis, that is termed as the rotation, while revolution is when the Earth revolves around the sun, approximately completing its revolution in about 365 1/4 days. Now, since Earth is the only planet with life in it, so all of the life, it is affected by these two movements on our planet. There is a certain variation of the time, the length of the day and the night, that is directly related to the Earth's rotation on its axis. Now, whichever part of the Earth is facing towards the sun, there it will be day, and the part that is away from the sun, it will be night. There is a thin line that distinguishes between the day and the night. Now, this line is known as the circle of illumination. It is actually an imaginary line and shows the difference of the phenomena of day and night. What is the period of rotation of the Earth? We already know that to complete one set of rotation, Earth takes 24 hours. But it is actually not so. Actually, the rotation period is 4 minutes shorter. Now, this is known as the sidereal day and it is determined by the position of the stars. So, actually, Earth takes about 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4.09 seconds to complete one set of the rotation. So what is the effect of the speed of the rotation? Whatever is moving on the surface of the Earth, it would be deflected in either of the hemispheres. Alright, whether it is the ocean current or whether it is the winds. Then the cyclones and the anticyclones, they are also deflected. Plus the pressure belts of the world, it is also affected by the speed of the rotation of the Earth. Now at equator, it would be expanding and at the poles, it would be flattening down. Now how does it occur? It takes place due to the different speed of the rotation. Let us now discuss the effects of rotation. Now what does rotation give us? It causes day and night, the variation in the temperature all throughout the day that we witness. Then the movement of the other celestial bodies that is there. Along with it, it also is a major cause for the shape of the Earth, where the bulge is created in the center, and the rise and the fall of the ocean waves as well. Coriolis effect, it states that whatever is moving, whether it is the ocean current or the winds, when it is moving, there will be a slight deflection, and that deflection, it would be in the either of the hemisphere. Now it is caused because of the speed of the rotation of the earth. So as the latitude increases, the speed of the earth's rotation, it decreases, and the Coriolis effect increases. The centrifugal force and the centripetal forces, they hold the moving object at their fixed position. They do not allow the object to move out of their path. Plus the centrifugal force, it has created a certain bulge at the equator.